If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we use Buzzsprout because it is simple and easy to use. Buzzsprout can get your show listed on every major platform while giving you the resources for a great podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening to your podcast, and tools to promote your episodes. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and that is why over 100,000 podcasters are already subscribed to Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in our episode descriptions lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So in return, you will receive a $20 Amazon gift card from Buzzsprout while signing up for a paid plan. Most importantly, every subscription through our link is always appreciated and helps support our show so we can continue delivering the quality content that you guys listen to. That being said, back to the show.
Hello, and welcome to Comic Book Junkies. I'm Andrew.
This is Joe.
And this time we're coming back with another one of our blind top 10 rankings episodes. We did this actually back in episode 121 just a couple ago, if you want to see how that went. It got off the rails, but I feel like it was a good time. It was a good record at least. But we're going to be running that back as we mentioned in that episode. Last time I had to rank Marvel, Joe had to rank DC. This time Joe's going to rank Marvel, I'm going to rank DC. We're just going to go back and forth. We're going to present our list just one at a time, just a random 10 characters, no particular order, and we have to assign a blind ranking, not knowing who's coming next. So maybe it's real, maybe it's not something we agree with, but that's ultimately our seal of approval if we ranked it that way. So very important stuff here. It's almost like mental warfare if you listen to last episode, because we last time got out of hand. So I bet that's going to happen again. You know what, let's just run it. But before we run it, we did have a good little comic book meetup today. Joe just got back from some traveling. He says, you know what, that's fine. I'll still drive out your way and go hit up the comic book store. He came in with a low expectation for the day, but he got some cool stuff. Same here, honestly. We actually ended up going back twice, to be honest with you, because Joe had a nice little stack. I had like 4. They had a sale for half off anything under $10. So naturally I grabbed, a few cheap books. Nothing too crazy. First Cameo Apocalypse, Green Lantern 49 Volume 2, stuff like that. First Mordrew, minor keys. You want to let them know what you got? You can sit here all day, though, if you want to do the full list.
Yeah, I got back from LA today, technically, and I didn't buy anything there, but I've been I don't know, I have some kind of illness before I left. I got a Daredevil 7 for my birthday, so I mean, that's normal. Like, okay, treat yourself for your birthday. But then him and I went to a comic book store before I went to LA. I got an Amazing Spider-Man 316. I got a X-Men 121.
Yeah.
I also got an X-Men 125 while I was there. And then today I did some damage. I got like a first Rip Hunter and just some other really cool books. So I'm probably not going to step foot near a comic book store anytime soon. But today was fun.
Yeah, and mind you, we went to the comic book store. He did not get the Rip Hunter the first time. We chatted on the way back to my place in the car, and we're like, damn, Rip Hunter could be really cool, because I was telling him to get it while we were there. But then we got back, we sat in my living room for like 10 minutes, and then we're like, let's go back up there, because he had it packed where if he was going to get the Rip Hunter the first appearance, I have to get the first solo issue of Aquaman in Showcase 30, and I was like, ooh, because it was pretty nice. It had me tempted, but ultimately we went and sealed the deal, so it was like a little con at the store today.
Yeah, speaking of which, we talked about going to con today. And then one of the comic book junkies left without us.
Yeah, dude. On his Ozymandias scheme. He let us know it was in action after we couldn't stop him.
Yeah. We talked about it, and then I'm like, I'd be happy to join you. And he's like, oh, I'm like already almost there. Like, dang, so out of spite, I made myself suffer today.
Good to make up for it.
Too much, yeah. But let's get into it.
Sure. Who's going first this time?
What do you want?
I don't care, dude. Give me the list this time.
Sure. So on 1 to 10, right? Same rules as last time. You don't know what's coming next, but you gotta just kind of create like a list of your favorite to least favorite. So Aquaman.
Oh, not knowing who's going to be on the list. He could either be really high or he could be lower.
That's the beauty of Aquaman.
Let's be conservative and go 6. I fuck with Aquaman, but, I don't know what's going to happen here. I probably should have went higher with him.
No, he's your 6. What about Beast Boy?
9. I like him in the original Teen Titans series a good amount because I grew up watching that. And he's fine in the comics too, but it's just, I don't know, lately in the comics, I feel like he gives me the ick, dog. Like, I read it and I see it and I'm like, I don't like this.
I was a huge fan of the animated show too, but I feel like although
He's like the
essential
weakest
to the
one.
team, he was never that cool in there either. It's kind of like Ringo for the Beatles.
Yeah.
Like essential, but not wanted.
Yeah, like if I was him, I'd be turning into dinosaurs like almost exclusively.
Yeah, but I do like the cover of his first appearance.
That one's sick.
I do like that.
I like the weird caterpillar man.
Okay, well, what about Power Girl?
We're going to go with 8 just because I don't know. I'm really bad at these lists, but also boob window. I mean, everyone's talking about it. And if we're not, if we're ignoring it,
Right.
it's cool. That's like, it's bad. Like, it's like, why? You know, I heard a story where someone said that they kept drawing her chest bigger and bigger every issue until someone noticed. And finally they did. It might just be like a lie, but I heard that and I found that hilarious. Like, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. What would also be cool? Sydney Sweeney, Power Girl.
Ooh, that's a match made in heaven.
But to keep going down the list, Lord Deathman.
Oh shit. Let's go with 4.
Highest rated character yet, above Aquaman.
He's cool. I don't care. And plus, after reading the Bat manga, which you can go back and listen to that episode as well, really fun, cool character. I actually saw his first appearance in one of the bins today, and it was like $50. Still thought solid.
It was nice too.
Yeah, good book to get, by the way. What is that, Batman 180?
That sounds right.
Yeah, cool cover. Lord Deathman rules.
All right, what about Jimmy Olsen?
Ooh, I like Jimmy. I gotta go 5 though. Jimmy's a wholesome guy. I've also been watching Smallville, and I've been exposed to more recent Jimmy Olsen stuff. So I'm like, very cool. I like Jimmy in Smallville, to be honest. He fits what he should be. And also, I like, too, that The Righteous Gemstones is coming back. Skylar Gisondo, he plays Gideon on there. He's going to kill it as the new Jimmy. If there's one thing that happens in this new Gunn Superman movie, it's going to be that. Perfect billing.
Word. How do we feel about Deathstroke?
Oh, well, with this list, I'm going to go with 1 because I need to play it safe here. So Deathstroke was my original thing that drew me to comics. I loved Slade and Teen Titans growing up because I kind of adopted comics a little bit later on, I guess, more so. I used to watch the shows growing up, but I guess I wasn't as invested as heavy as I am obviously now. But Deathstroke's badass. The only thing that detractors will say is the whole sub-storyline with Tara and the implications of what that means about him. But you know what? Much like last episode, I'm planting my flag on. I'm just kidding. We're not defending debauchery and unideal behaviors, but
He just can't help himself.
I gotta stand up. I'm just kidding.
Burger's standing on business.
Yeah, no. But that aside, I mean, Deathstroke's sick. I mean, he can fight. He can go toe to toe with Batman. His books are cool. I don't know, man. I have his entire first volume run. That was like the first and only run I dedicated myself to, and I stand by that. I've always just thought he was cool, especially in his old swashbuckler outfit from the 80s. Those boots are iconic. It goes sick with the chainmail and the one eye mask. Like, hell yeah, dog. He's got one eye and he's whooping your ass using like 90% of his brain. I can't even use like 10%.
True. Alrighty. Captain Carrot.
What numbers do I have left, by the way? I have poor memory.
Okay, so I see that 2 is still available. I see that 3 is still available.
Cool.
7 is still available. And 10 is still available.
This is tough because you could really lob me a stinker.
Yeah, what is it? 2, 3, 7, and 10.
Okay, so he's between 7 and 10. Ah, shit. I don't know who else you got me. We're going to go... There's probably going to be someone worse than Captain Carrot, but I'm going to go 10. I think he's cool, but he's just like an unserious character. It's just kind of like Spider-Ham. That I really detest furries, so I'm not going to promote that behavior. But you know what I'm saying. Like, I mean, he's cool. Don't get me wrong. I like that he debuted in a preview in a Teen Titans book. Good pickup, too. It's probably one of them $10 pickups somewhere. But ultimately, like, I ain't rooting for, like, a rabbit dog. Feels weird.
All right, that's the worst character on this list for you.
Oh, God.
Peacemaker.
Oh, Peacemaker. Well, with what I've got going on now, let's play it safe and go 2 because he's American as hell. He's John Cena, my role model growing up. If anything happens to me, I want to make a wish to meet John Cena because he's the coolest. He's the closest thing we have to a real life superhuman. But that aside, like the actual comic character is that he loves peace so much he's willing to fight for it. So I think that's badass. I mean, he's willing to kill for it, dog. So, I mean, how could you not enjoy that? Plus, if we're going to go off the TV show Eagly, I mean, he's got a bald eagle. That's sick. Lived in a trailer park. Sick. Like, what's not to like?
Well said. So it looks like we got 3 and 7 left.
Beauty.
Alan Scott, the Green Lantern.
7. He's not the coolest Green Lantern. I don't know. I read him in JSA today, and he was pretty freaking lame. And I don't like that he's got a beard now. And I don't know. All kinds of stuff. His family's not even that cool, to be honest. I do like that he doesn't have a lantern, really. But I don't like... Well, I mean, he has a lantern, but I mean, he doesn't have the... weakness to yellow. He's got the weakness to like wood. It's like, what the hell? And nowadays he really is weak to wood, I mean. But what am I gonna do? I don't know. He's fine and all. Like, I'd love to have some of those Golden Age issues, but like obviously Hal and Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner are cooler. And Kyle Rayner's a TVD, but you know what I mean. He's like at least 4th on the pecking order. On the
No pun intended.
The pecker order.
Yeah, so the last character, Shazam.
Oh,
I have to go at 3.
Perfect. See, I had a little bit more strategy this time. So, I mean, if you're new here, I don't know what to tell you. Listen to an old episode. I talk about him every few episodes. Badass. He outsold Superman in the Golden Age. Iconic covers. I collect a lot of Golden Age Shazam. Captain Marvel, the Captain Marvel, and I don't like what they've really done in the movies with him. I don't really like the way that they make him childish when he's in that form. I don't believe in that. I also don't believe in the extended Marvel family. They're fine if they stay human, but if anyone gets powers, it should only be Freddie and Mary, and I stand by that. And yeah, I don't know. Great character. Read the Golden Age stuff.
Alrighty, so just to recap for everybody, it goes Deathstroke, Peacemaker, Shazam, Lord Deathman, Jimmy Olsen, Aquaman, Alan Scott, Power Girl, Beast Boy, Captain Carrot.
I basically stand by that. My top 3, I mean, obviously we'd put Shazam to 1 and then bump Deathstroke down to 2. But other than that, I basically stand pat with that.
I actually think you did really good this time.
I tried. It took all of my mental acuity. All right.
Yeah.
Now let's see.
Well, good list, Burger.
Thank you. Let's see what you think. All right. First player on the board, Deathlock.
Let's go 7. He's really cool. Could even be higher on this list. Is it too late to put him to 6?
Is 6 your final answer?
6 will be my final answer because it's still, at the end of the day, Jack Kirby.
Okay.
So let's go.
Isn't it George Perez?
Excuse me. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still George Perez.
Which is tight.
So you got to represent. And it's an underrated character. So let's go 6.
First professional work. But.
Oh, also true.
All right. Next character, Iceman.
Yeah, there's a reason that he wasn't a part of like the new X-Men when the giant size X-Men was like really popular.
Yeah.
Jean Grey and Cyclops were in, but Iceman was out. So I'm going to I actually don't know when he was officially out, but I'm going to put him at 9.
Oh. One of the OG X-Men at 9. What a crazy response. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Well, I feel like it'd be easy to defeat, too. I mean, like, you hit something hard enough, and theoretically he should shatter. And then, yeah, if you just make him really hot, like, oh. Yeah, I just feel like he's prone to melt.
He is prone to melt. Okay. He's at 9. What about Namor the Submariner?
I love Submariner. He's, like, one of the original comic characters.
Mm-hmm.
Put him at 3 for me.
It's a pretty good rating. I like that. Big Namor guy myself.
Yeah, one of my biggest regrets, though, is one of his books. Right before that stupid movie came out, I bought an issue 1 for like $400, and it was like a 4. And then and now you see like a 8 for like $300. You're like, okay.
Yeah, what can you do, though?
Yeah.
All right, cool. 369. Damn thing's fine. Black Panther.
Put him at 7 for me. I like Black Panther. I would love his first appearance. I love that comic book cover in particular. Yeah, I think the movies are well done, but a little dry for me. So I'm comfortable putting him at 7.
Okay. And if we got him at 7, then we have, what about the Punisher?
Put him at 4 for me.
Okay.
I mean, that's one of the characters that got me into comics. Obviously, there's a few characters I love more, and I just don't know what I'm going to get yet. So I don't want to put him too high, but I would have felt comfortable putting him at 2 as well. But let's round down for the time being and keep him at 4.
All right. Werewolf by Night.
Let's put him at 5. I love not only the first appearance, classic Neil Adams cover, but issue 1 is also a really good cover. It's, what's that guy's name? Plog or something like that? Flug. Yeah. I'm a big fan of both of those covers, and the movie that came out from that Disney movie was really good too. So I feel like that's kind of untapped potential and a great horror character for the Marvel Universe.
Perfect. What about Dupe?
Dupe's at 10.
Why? What for?
I mean, what do you like about him?
Have you seen him? What's not to like?
Bro, I don't know. If my kid turned out like that, I'd be furious.
Can a kid turn out like that? What the fuck?
It just kind of reminds me of AJ from The Sopranos. Just like this, like,
Dupe
really?
does?
Yeah. Just disappointment
Okay.
in a character.
Well, all right then. Dupe's at 10. What about Carnage?
I haven't used. What do I got left?
You got you have 8, 1, and 2.
I'm gonna put him at 8.
All right.
Yeah, just because, and I feel like I'm gonna regret that.
No.
But but it's just so cringe to me, and they haven't made it as cringy as I would have thought by now. But even Venom's oversaturated, so I'm done with that stuff.
Venom versus Carnage War coming to you this summer.
And the next, and the next,
For
and the
real.
off season, and then the next.
It's gonna have a tie-in with the main event. All right, cool.
So just 1 and 2.
Uh-huh.
What kind of damage did I do?
You definitely put things out of place. But how do you feel about Man-Thing?
Well,
He's either your
I
first
like
or
him.
second favorite.
I like him, but
Favorite.
to call him my favorite would be crazy. So let's put him at 2.
Okay, cool. Man-Thing's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I liked him in the Werewolf by Night thing.
I did too.
That was cool. They need to continue with that instead of making crap.
Right.
But no. Anyway, I've loved the Man-Thing.
Okay.
Big fan of
Yeah.
the Man-Thing.
Yeah, apparently I am too.
Got a lot of Man-Thing books.
Both TOO and TWO.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, I guess this is your number 1 guy, huh? The Mighty Thor?
I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
It's cool you like Thor that much. I didn't know.
I mean, he's one of those classic Marvel characters ever, but yeah, I'm not. I think out of like the popular ones like Captain America, Hulk, Spider-Man, he might be my least favorite.
Makes sense.
Him or Iron Man, I don't know.
I like him more than Iron Man.
Those two are kind of a toss-up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
But yeah, I mean, it could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Yeah. So, to recap, that's number 1 is the Mighty Thor. Number 2 is Man-Thing. 3 is Namor the Submariner. 4 is the Punisher. 5 is Werewolf by Night. 6 is Deathlock. 7 is Black Panther. Carnage at 8. Iceman at 9. Dupe at 10.
Yeah, I feel like that could have been worse. I feel like I actually did a better job the first time we played this game, but I don't think that I got shooken up too bad.
You got the worst ones right.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. And I just think your whole chunk of like 3 through 5 would move up to like 1 through 3. You'd have Punisher at 1, Namor at 2, probably Werewolf by Night at 3.
I actually still might do Submariner 1, Punisher 2, Werewolf by Night 3.
Yeah. Okay, you're in
Yeah.
agreement. So that if you could redo the top 3 like I did for mine, that's what his official stamp would be. But ultimately, that was the Thor, Man-Thing, and Namor, which still ain't that bad. Those are all cool characters.
Yeah. Well, that was still fun.
That's the thing. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, it wasn't as goofy as last time, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Good time had by all.
Yeah. Well, it would have been fun if the other junkie was here. Could have played this with him too.
Oh, that would be cool. We need to get extra junkies on to play this game.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. But
The blind ranking series. What do you think they would say, dog? That'd be so crazy. Because this list, it's hard to do when you're, especially when there's like no visual or nothing. You're just sitting here with like a name. You're just like, shit.
yeah.
1 through 10, not knowing who the other 8, 9 people are at that point. It's like, ooh, I don't want to.
Commit to anything.
Yeah, but you have to. It sucks. But you can't overthink it.
Yeah.
It's fun though. But maybe we could find a way to do more of these. But what even could we do?
No, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess.
True.
And maybe we'll do more of those books if you guys like that episode too.
Yeah.
Like 25 and under.
I think people would like that.
Yeah.
I think we could come correct with a good list for that. For those who want the advice, not that they need it, but they want a little something when they're digging.
Yeah. Plus, I like to get tipped off to books that I'm not familiar with too. So
Yeah. Yeah, good to find books. I mean, today, even Baron Mordrew, for example, just seeing and what Joe buys, it's sometimes I don't even know what he's looking at, and I like to think I have a pretty deep well of knowledge there. And I'm just like, what's that? It's first cameo of Red She-Hulk. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
That's funny. You know what? Before we end this, Red She-Hulk's better than Green She-Hulk. Changed my mind.
I don't know if I've read enough Red She-Hulk, but Red Woman over Green Woman?
Yes.
Sure. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. How do you feel about Red Hulk in general? Male. Male Hulk. Red Hulk.
Right. I understood. It's fine. It kind of almost reminds me of Carnage. It's just a little too simple. It's just Venom's so cool. What if we did a red version? But in the same breath, I feel like it's not as cringy, so it is what it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's our review of Captain America, the new one.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't see it. Sorry, we haven't done a movie review in a minute. If you get one from us, it's probably going to be the new Superman movie.
In fact, if you guys watch the movie, let us know how you liked it.
Yeah, whisper in my ear. Tempt me. See if it's worth it. I'm probably still not going to see it.
Yeah, but Superman's the big one I'm looking forward to. I'll probably watch Fantastic Four, but I'm really only looking forward to Superman at this time.
Same boat. So we're going in a little biased, I guess. But, tired of having vanilla. Maybe I want some chocolate. I feel like we're getting the same thing a bit too much. The fatigue is real. As someone who likes the stuff, there's a lot. I ain't keeping up with all that. Hell no. No, I'd rather watch Smallville. For real, though. It's more worth your time, This will be my time to just sell that. Stop going to see the bad Marvel movies and just start Smallville. More bang for buck.
Also well said.
Facts. Well, do we got anything else we want to jibber jabber about, or we want to cut this turkey loose?
Gobble, gobble.
All right. Well, you know what it do. You know what it be. You know where to reach me. It's at CBJ Pod on Instagram. Comic Book Junkies. You can find us wherever there's podcasts. You can find us on YouTube, Comic Book Junkies Podcast. Rate, review, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. 5-star rating helps the algorithm. If you want to do that, we appreciate it. If you already have, we definitely appreciate it. Appreciate you riding with us. We're going to keep doing this because it's fun. I feel like we've been on a roll lately. I don't know if y'all are enjoying it as much as we're having fun recording it for you, but whatever, man.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.